Not listening to all that testimony didn't mean I was sitting across the hall having a cup of coffee doing nothing in my office.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do understand you have a very busy schedule. I do
Right,
understand
so
that you have a lot on your
The days are
plate.
spent on
But
COVID.
I just want to say, I just was trying to make the point that it was disrespectful, in my opinion, for the last testifier to say his IQ was diminished by listening to what happened. And I do also think that it was a little bit dismissive to say that the certain groups of people that are are also the people that are, some of the comments that you made, I do take offense to on behalf of the people that have their positions, and rightfully so. And I just humbly ask that you look and listen to what has been shared, because a lot of it is documented on different websites, including the concerns about the vaccination, including the fact that the Pfizer vaccine wasn't FDA approved. It still is under emergency order, so to mandate anything that isn't approved is a concern. So I think that you should really,
I've heard that in the last 24 hours.
if you look on the FDA website, you will see that Pfizer wasn't approved. It was just an extension of the emergency orders. So there is valid reasons why.
Do you know that for a fact?
That I do know that for a fact. You can go on the FDA website. So there is concerns about what's happening here. And
Well,
all I
you know
say
what?
is that I know you have stressors on your plate, and I know this is more than we thought we would have to handle. But with regards to the hospitalization and the impact to our hospitals being first and foremost on decisions, we did know for the start that there would be a variant. We did know from the start that these things were going to happen. So we could have and should have shored up our medical professionals and our hospitals to be ready for these things, so those nurses wouldn't feel like they're overburdened. I have family members in the medical profession as well. So there's a lot going on, but there's different ways that we can do it.
Well, if you're intimating that there was some kind of neglect by our hospitals in preparation for this, that's not true.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that there could have been a little bit of forward thinking in knowing that we would have a variant and we would have this inundation, so people wouldn't have to be blamed. Because I just have to say this one last thing. One comment that was made is that the nurses having to treat unvaccinated individuals and seeming like that was a disgusting idea is something that is so
I didn't say it was a disgusting idea.
Your whole intonation about having to treat unvaccinated people and nurses being at their limit is very unacceptable, because every life is important. So if an unvaccinated person comes to a hospital and gets treated as though they shouldn't be treated because they're unvaccinated, that is an impossibly irresponsible motion to have.
They are being treated. What I said, to keep it in perspective, in reality, is that it's exhausting. It's gotten to be to a breaking point. Everybody who goes to a hospital is well taken care of. But I would tell you, I asked those people who are against doing this to consider the fact that it's your right not to get vaccinated, and when you get sick, who do you expect to take care of you? What is wrong with that statement?
I have no further comment, Mr. Mayor, except to say that you have to realize, as a mayor, you hold a high level of esteem in these communities and among many individuals, healthcare professionals included. So to make as if an unvaccinated person should think about it before they get sick because you're going to have to cause somebody to take care of you, that isn't a very nice thing to say about anybody. Everybody deserves to be treated. And if you choose to be unvaccinated or vaccinated, you just said yourself that vaccinated are also in our emergency rooms. So let's just not be divisive in our comments of what we're going to say, and just bring a sense of unity instead of dividing further and further and further.
I'm not being divisive, and I'll say this again, okay? First of all, you're not a doctor, and neither am I. Is that right? You're not an epidemiologist. You didn't go to medical school, okay? And people we've talked to are all at the highest levels. I said that throughout the course of my conversation. And anybody and everybody knows right now that, you don't have to get vaccinated. We're not mandating it for the whole community. But if you do get vaccinated, you improve your chances. And I agree that in this day and age right now, where we are, that you can get COVID and you can actually be spreading it unwillingly, okay? I haven't denied any of that. And I could really say a lot more to you, but we've never been in a situation like this. I'm not being divided here. I'm just simply telling you that the majority is something we're going to protect, and we're going to continue to protect that.